guys, and welcome back to another episode with No Filter KBT.
Today we're going to be talking about male versus female, who's more dramatic. So what's your guys'...
First we're going to start of what exactly is dramatic.
It's dramatic to
for
us.
us.
Yes.
Making something that's tiny extra big.
Yes.
Over-exaggerating.
Over-exaggerating.
That plays into dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, because something that's not a big deal to me can be a big deal to someone else. Everyone's different. We don't know their triggers.
Yeah, because what might be a big deal to you might not matter to somebody else.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean that doesn't matter. It just means that it doesn't matter to that person.
And I think we do that a lot. Like, just because it's not...
Selfishness, yes.
Yes. Well, we don't really think to look deeper because it's something we think is so small. Like, really, you're getting mad over that.
Yeah.
And the person gets upset because you're just like, whatever about it.
Downplaying their emotions or whatever they
basically.
feel.
And I think it's like something small can turn big. Like, say, like, you come home tired from work and, like, your husband or whoever your significant other is leaves their socks on the floor. It's not a big deal, right? You pick it up, you tell them, can you pick it up? Next day, they do it again. You're like, can you please pick it up? Next day, they do it again. So,
like, alright, I'll do your shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's something small, but the fact that it didn't address it made it big.
It's all hashtag relatable.
She's looking in there.
Definitely.
No, yeah.
It's, I don't know. Then it does depend on the person. Because, I mean, just see if it's logically worth being that big of a deal, if you know what I mean?
And it all depends on what mood. Like you said, if it's a long day after work, and it's just like you're tired, and then
again the socks are there. You're like, really?
And it's like the littlest things, and you're like, I'm tired. Like, can you just pick up after yourself? Seriously. So I think it all depends.
I agree.
On what mood you're in. I mean, obviously, if you're having a good day and you see socks on the floor, you're just like, whatever.
Oh,
like,
socks, okay.
Yeah, like, you'll probably pick them up if you see them, if you're in a good mood and had a good day.
Yeah.
If it's like a long week and
you're like, oh my god.
And it keeps happening, then of course you're going to make something a little bigger.
So yeah, I guess we can all be dramatic at times depending on what it is.
Yeah, so that goes for females.
Yes. Well, do you girls consider yourselves dramatic?
I can be.
I would say, I am. I know I can be.
I'm usually not dramatic. I usually can care less.
I think I catch myself with something so small, and I'm just like, you could have really just passed by that. Yeah, just like that probably wasn't even worth the small argument.
Yeah.
I can be dramatic when, like, it's something I haven't addressed. And then when I finally address it, yeah, and it'll be dramatic over something that I don't even care about.
Yes, but then it leads up to everything else and pour it all
that's
out.
how because I don't like confrontation or anything, so I'll avoid that until
as much as possible
until it finally comes out. Then I'll just they're gonna be like,
you didn't pick up your socks, but you know what else you didn't do
last year?
You didn't put the cap on the toothbrush.
God damn it!
How are we supposed to raise our children?
You didn't put the fucking toilet seat down.
Oh my goodness, but
piss all over our relationship. Why don't you?
Everything's a metaphor, guys.
Yeah.
Everything's a metaphor.
So I guess for us ladies, it depends on the whole bigger picture.
It's more than just
because it could be more than just that little thing. Maybe it's built up anger from something else, and then you finally let it all out. Or it could be like we had a long day at work and your fucking socks are still on the floor.
Yeah, that just takes you over the edge.
It's just like, you know what, I'm fucking done. Go walk
Get your stuff and get out.
Just get out right now. I can't handle this shit anymore. Yeah. It's too much for me. Okay?
Too many socks.
Yeah.
Too much shit. You can't buy socks no more.
We're just gonna
fucking sockless.
I'm gonna burn your socks.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it depends on you. I think for girls, for guys, I think it's different. Or their way of being dramatic is different for girls, I think.
Yeah.
In their eyes, I could be wrong, majority of the time, it's like, in men's eyes or male's eyes, women are always so dramatic.
They're only, everything.
It's only them.
Us. Yes.
It's like,
no.
Granted, we're a lot more in touch with our emotional side. Sometimes a little too much.
Because guys are taught guys are taught from a very young age then
not to cry.
They don't have emotions, apparently.
Yeah. It's weak to have emotion.
Yeah. Don't cry. You're a little bitch. Stop being a little bitch.
Yeah, exactly. That's the belief.
Yeah, it's so fucked up how That is, yeah. Like, when you have a son and you have to tell him, don't cry. Like, no, cry if it hurts. Like,
do we really want to
cry?
I've been on both sides of those, where I get a guy that doesn't care and a guy that's just overly the top. You're just like, you're crying again.
I just said I don't have water. We can buy some.
There's the store on the corner. We can go. Stop fucking crying. Stop being a weak bitch.
That's when it's okay to tell them. Just fucking suck it up.
Just suck it up. We'll just get some water. It's fine.
Right. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
I'm not leaving you, I swear. I'm just going to the bathroom.
Oh my
God. Yeah, so the way we're more... We want to talk about our feelings. We want to let them know.
I think girls, the
yeah.
way we release our emotions by talking about it with friends, or like
the healthy way.
The healthy way. And the way guys deal with it is like by shoving it down, by getting drunk, by, just
acting careless.
Yes.
Because they don't know how to deal with it, because they were taught by a young age not to deal with it.
Yeah.
Instead of, just suppress it.
But then they wonder why. I think a lot of the times that's the underlying factor for being so explosive in relationships, and they don't really know why, because they always blame it on the other person, whoever their partner is.
It's like, no, because you don't talk about your shit like
so
you're supposed to.
Yeah,
you don't tell me your feelings.
Yeah, because in our family it was pretty much. My mom was like, she was like super even though. She was like, no, nobody's allowed to have feelings. Nobody.
Not even the dog.
Not even the dog.
Whining?
There's no feelings in this house.
Yeah.
She was.
I mean, now that you brought that up, I'm trying to think about, like, for me, it was never said not to, like, it was never disclosed that it was not okay, but it was always a lot of times like hey, it's not even that big of a deal. Why are you crying? Mm-hmm. More like that.
Yeah.
I would see other people cry, like in my family and stuff, and it's like, well,
no, in our family
it's very confusing, I guess.
My family is like, if you were to show any kind of emotion, we're just gonna make fun of you.
Yeah,
and do it, make it work.
For the boys, you definitely, like, especially in my family,
us,
like, if the boys would cry or show anything, like, their cousins would be making fun of my brothers or something, and, like, talking shit about them.
That was for us. Like, like I said, my mom was very even. She did not discriminate. It was for all of us. Like, if you showed any kind of emotion, we're all just gonna make fun of you.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Until you, and we could remind you what a useless person you are for feeling that way. So we're like, oh, okay, we're not gonna do this anymore. I got you.
No, the only time my mom would probably, like, tell me to shut the fuck up, basically, is if we're out to eat or at a store. She's like, if you don't shut the fuck up right now, I'm gonna take you to the bathroom.
My mom would know. She would, she'd grab us and, like,
that's what my mom used to do. Right here.
Like, she grew like huge chunks. Not like, she just like twisted.
Yes. I should have laughed out. Damn.
And like in church all the time. Like we weren't even allowed to breathe loudly.
You're breathing?
Are you breathing loudly? You're like, I didn't even warn you or anything. Next thing you knew, you just felt your skin being torn out.
And you can't even cry.
And then she takes you to the bathroom and she beat you.
Or when you're crying, they say, I'm going to give you something to cry about. Mm-hmm. You guys like, you just piss the shit out of me and you're going to jump out and cry. And
I know what, but I understand a lot of the stuff. I mean, obviously not doing that, but like I'll give you something to cry about. Like, I'm a mother, so when my daughter is crying over like literally nothing, that's when we do say, do you want us to give you something? Not like we're going to hit her, but just to tell her, like, you're crying for nothing.
Yeah.
So, like, some things like that I understand.
Yeah, because as a kid, you're, like, super,
Yeah, like,
you're tired and you want to cry.
Yes.
Your main thing is, like,
Yes, that's what they know how to do from being newborns. That's how they communicate, especially when they're
really dramatic.
Man, but, I don't know, it's just...
So, I think both of them can be more dramatic. I just think women are taught to show
just different,
to show it more than guys do. I mean, guys can be equally as dramatic, but in different ways. Like you get those crazy guys that stalk you and like, you're like I mean, there's girls that are like that too. That'll key your car and like,
oh my god,
over like,
I'm like that's my mom.
Over like an unanswered text message that they sent like 5 minutes ago.
I found your car. Go look at it.
Oh, when he comes back, let's pack his shit.
Right?
It's my mom. My mom was like that. Oh my god. Yeah. Just stab your tires, key your car.
Don't mess with her. And they're still together.
They are.
See?
But my dad has been through some shit.
I mean, that works.
Too, yeah.
My mom is crazy.
My mom is too. She's crazy.
Oh my god. Love that woman though.
My mom would literally get in your face.
That's
Be like, hit me.
That's my mom. My mom used to fight guys. My mom.
That's my mom too.
Yeah, my mom.
She's like little. She's tiny.
My mom's tiny too.
They're like little. Like, what are you doing? Stop.
Yeah, smallest thing, and she's over here getting in guys' faces. Like, you want to fucking hit me? Hit me.
That was my mom too.
I have like good memories watching, sitting in the car, watching my mom
Family
fight.
memories.
Family memories.
The good old days.
Talking about dramatic.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
And that kind of, do you guys think that being, or witnessing or seeing that type of dramaticness kind of either played a part in your life or growing up in a sense of like that's who you don't want to be or that's who you want to be or that's kind of who you are or that's kind of who you're not?
Yeah, because I had a conversation with my mom recently where she was like, why don't you just slash the tires, or like why don't you just do that, or like do something crazy? And I'm like, no, like I'm not like you. And she's like, I know. She's like, you're not since you've seen all of that, like that's not what you do. I'm like, I'm not that crazy. I mean, sometimes I'm sure all women wish they could just go key someone's car or like go burn some clothes or something. Yeah. But it's like because I've seen that and grew up seeing all that crazy shit, like it affected me, and I don't want to do anything.
Which is interesting, yeah, because the way when I see how my parents grew up, it taught me to kind of see the signs early on of what I don't want, and how I don't want to be treated, and but it also kind of almost like kind of took me to an extreme where I like cut it off immediately. You don't even over something small. I don't even give it a chance because I don't want to end up the way she ended up. Yep. But then there's other people that kind of see it as an example of how they should be living their life, and they look for people like that. And they do that almost to an extreme also, where they feel like they grow up worthless. This is how it should be. Mm-hmm. So it goes both ways.
Yeah, definitely. It depends on how the person takes it. Like people that lived in homes with like drug addict parents, you can take that as like, I'm never gonna be like that, or they end up like their parents.
And you know what? And on that note, I think you're not always necessarily a product from where you came from. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because at some point, you become adults. Yes. And you have to, responsibility. You're going to you have the power to decide, I'm going to be like this or I'm going to be like that.
Yeah, you can't always blame it on, but this is how I grew up. Making excuses and blaming it on that.
Yeah. There's no...
No, you choose to be an alcoholic or a drug addict because that's what you choose to be.
My dad, alcohol runs in our family, alcoholics. I've always made it a point that if I feel bad or I'm sad, I will not drink because I don't want to like how my dad used to deal with it. Everybody used to deal when they get sad or they've done something,
That's what
they'll go to that. And I always make it a point if I'm having I can't I can have a bad day and just drink, but if I'm dealing with something mentally, I will not drink. I don't care if I go out. I will not drink because I know I don't want to.
And there's people who do the opposite because they want to let loose and not think about it.
Exactly. I don't want to do that. I will not. So next time you guys see me and I'm not drinking, something's wrong.
That's why I have a therapy session.
I mean, there's times where I just don't want to drink because I don't feel like it. But if I'm if there's something horrible or I'm dealing with something big, I will not drink because I don't want to end up or I don't want to kind of learn to take that as a way out. I want to address whatever it is and so I force myself to do that, but I will not drink if that happens. But because of that, I take it to an extreme. I don't want to do that because I know it runs in our family.
Yeah, because I know for me it's kind of I think all of us is who we don't want to be. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because we've learned from the environments we grew up in.
Yeah, not necessarily just our parents. Just family in general.
We know how not to be. And I think we are probably the generation where we can probably change most of that. However, there's still a lot of people who are not there yet. And and I think, I don't know if I'm speaking for all of us, but sometimes with somebody who comes from that environment and they blame the parent, they were like, I'm trying to being over dramatic. To me, that's being overly dramatic to a certain extent, It's like, oh, it's your fault. And I don't know how to... I don't know if I'm making sense.
No, you are.
It's no, that's being over dramatic. You have
Yeah, when you're a kid, I understand. Obviously, it's you don't know what your brain is still developing. You're handling things the best way you're doing. But if you're an adult,
grown-ass adult, and you're sitting there crying, saying it's your parents' fault or it's your uncle's fault or
because you're
whoever.
choosing to stay that way.
Exactly. It's like, no, that's when you're being over dramatic, and you have to take some responsibility for your own actions.
Yeah.
Not everything is your parents' fault. Like you said, when you're a child, of course.
Yeah,
because you're still under the roof of your parents. You're still young. You're still learning.
You're still learning from whatever is around you. You're still getting all that. But
once you're out of there and an adult, and you're still blaming it on your
holding
parents,
on to it.
Yes, and it's like, no, like you need to learn from it, move on, and not just blame it on your parents.
Yeah, because I mean, I know there's like some people who have like traumatic incidents, but you should address that. You shouldn't just stay the same, you know.
Exactly.
You should address it. Yeah, it's gonna take some time, but address it. Don't just sit there and continue blaming, you know, your parents. Because at this point, you're the one that's choosing. You're not taking steps to address it or to kind of do anything.
And that's what those people. Yeah, they don't address it at all. They just shoot it. They just like, oh no, it's their fault.
And I think a lot of that goes into with how you express yourself as an adult.
Yeah, that too.
So it's crazy how things are kind of tied.
Everything's
been connected. You
don't talk about it. You don't express yourself.
Like what did it say? Closed mouths don't get fed. So it's kind of like nobody can read your mind. So if you don't want to know what's happening, then
exactly,
whatever's happening, then just whatever
happens.
What do you expect?
Yeah, you know, I always say this because when I was, I still kind of like. Well, not anymore. I don't do it as much as I used to. When I was younger, I still kind of always keep to myself. Like I'm very private. But then they make fun like, how are we supposed to know what's wrong with you if you don't say anything? Because then I'll get mad because, like I said, I bury everything. Then when it finally comes out, like, well, nobody knew because you didn't say anything. Yes. And I'll be like, oh, well, that makes sense now. But when I was younger,
I didn't know you couldn't read my mind.
But when I was younger, you know, I'd just be so upset because I let everything kind of, you know, in there that I just blew up. And now I understand, like. Well, you haven't said anything. They're not going to read your mind. No one's going to be here begging you. Be like, oh, tell me, please, what's going on?
Yes, no one's going to beg.
And then you still say no.
No.
Yeah, you still say no.
You're really not going to keep begging? You know, so
yeah.
I'm leaving. You're really going to let me leave?
Oh my God, how dare you? Oh my God.
That's really, it's good example.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's your own fault. What my mom used to call it, señales de humo, or like,
smoke signals,
because you're sending smoke signals, but you're like, nobody, but you're not really saying what's wrong.
Yeah.
So we're like, no one's gonna understand that unless you actually say what's wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I used to do that a lot when I was younger. I don't do that. Like, something's bugging me, I'll take forever to tell you because I don't like the whole.
You don't want competition.
But I'll eventually do it.
Eventually we'll get there.
I'll force myself to do it. Something's bugging me. But other than that, I'm still pretty private.
Yeah, it's crazy how being dramatic ties into literally
everything.
All of that. So
it can be taught. It can be
like everyone's probably thinking, oh, the typical being over dramatic, but no, like it can go deeper. It gets deeper than just crying over some socks on the floor. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, what's the reason behind it?
Exactly.
What's the real reason?
There's a real reason behind all of that little petty dramaticness.
Yeah.
There's more to it.
Yeah, there's always more to it. No one's just dramatic for like
no reason. Yeah.
There's always something going on there that's making them dramatic.
And not enough, like, even, I mean, I don't know with you guys, but, like, we don't sit there and ask the person, like, well, why are you mad about that?
Yeah.
Like, we all kind of just, oh my God, it's so small.
Yeah.
And I think we should, like...
We downplay it.
Yeah, we downplay it, and I think we should ask the other person.
Yeah,
friend, significant other, whoever it is, like, we should do it more and ask, because, like we said, it ties into a whole lot of shit, obviously.
Yeah,
we just talked about a lot.
Yeah.
So it's like, like you said, there's a reason for everything. There's something more than that.
Yeah, because I've learned over the years too that it's okay that you need to talk. Sometimes you need to talk. It's sometimes that something bugs you. You know, you should talk it up. That'll make you feel better. Talk it out. I mean, you don't have to, obviously, but in our house we didn't talk anything out. Like I said, if you were ever to show any kind of Dutch, brush it off, make fun of you or something like that, we were taught not to have any kind of emotion.
Yeah.
And now I learned that no, it's okay. That was not the proper way to deal with it because you weren't dealing with it. You're just making it worse. So I was like, it's okay to talk about it. It's fine. You are allowed to have emotion. That's normal. Emotions are normal.
Yeah, it's crazy how it starts with that, like being taught all that stuff. Because, like I said, me as a mother, when my child is crying about nothing, I do sit there and ask her, well, what's wrong? what's wrong. I ask her, are you tired? Are you hungry? Because she's being dramatic for a reason.
Yeah,
I'm not just going to tell her to be quiet. I mean, sometimes, obviously, if I'm, like, doing something, then I'll be like, okay, can you stop crying? But most of the time, it's okay to feel. I try to teach her it's okay to cry. It's okay to have emotions. But you need to tell me why you're having these emotions.
You know, on that note too, like when you're learning all of that, I remember I talked to you one time, and for me, like dealing with my emotions, I thought I had it under control, right? But then she asked me one time, I forgot what I told her, and she's like, "Well, how do you feel? What did that make you feel?" I was just like,
typical therapy question.
But that's a big question.
My mind was like, yes, and I was like, I don't know how I feel because I don't know. I didn't deal with it. Like I knew the facts and what was going on, but when she asked me that
simple question,
I was like,
yeah, because I don't think me growing up, I don't think my mom ever asked me.
Yeah, my mom either. How do you feel?
How do you feel? Why does that make you feel that
way?
And that's what I do to my daughter, so she's understanding her emotions and she can say it and tell me.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, well, why are you
crying?
Why
do you feel that way?
Because she's like, I'm tired. Okay, that's why you're crying. Let's go lay down. You know,
because I think especially for like children, that's a good example. To them, that's a way of communicating to a certain extent. Like, you know, when she's tired and this and that.
Yeah.
And a lot of parents tend to be, what's something to cry about? Stop.
That's what I'm saying.
Nothing is wrong. You need to, you know what I mean? It's
that's what I'm saying. Like, I've had, obviously, had those moments.
Here, have that. Take that. You know what I mean? It's like, what is...
Or nowadays, here's the tablet. Just watch something.
Yeah, it's like, it doesn't take much to be like, how are you feeling? Why are you feeling this?
And explain it to them. Yeah. Like, show them new ways. Well, you know, next time tell me or something like that.
Yeah.
Instead of just brushing it off or you're being ridiculous or something.
Yeah, so I do both. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a perfect parent. Like, I have my moments where I'm just like, can you just stop?
Well,
like, stop. But I try to more ask her, you know, why are you crying?
Kids want to be seen, they want to be heard, and they want to be valued. And when you ask them that, they feel important. They feel like...
And it's like, okay, well, let's fix why you're being so emotional. If you're tired, we can just go lay down. You know, like something as simple as that. So I feel like even with us adults, that goes into, we should ask the other person more.
Yeah.
Why are you feeling that way?
Yeah, and I think it's almost like kind of it's like foreign just like to me when you started making me talk and
you're making me talk to you.
I was like I'm still really uncomfortable, but I was so uncomfortable. Like I don't want to do this anymore.
Can I disappear?
Can we stop? I don't want to do this anymore because I didn't know how to deal with it. Like, I didn't know how to because I wasn't used to it. I'd never done that before. That's when she asked me, I was like.
I don't know.
I don't
I'm supposed to feel something?
Right? Like, I'm supposed to put this into words? Like, how do you do that?
And there's times where I tell her what I think I feel, and then she'll make sense that, so you're feeling this. I was like, yes, that's
exactly
that's what it is. Thank you, yes.
What you just said, yes.
But I would say something completely, like...
Well, sometimes it is. It's hard for us to put our emotions into words.
Right. So I'll tell her and I'll explain to her. And she's like, oh, this, and that. And I'll be like, oh.
And like, it doesn't even make sense what you're saying. You're like, because of this, but then this, and this, and this, but this and that.
And she'll like all of that. And I'll be like, what?
She's like, so you're feeling this way because.
Oh my goodness.
And I'll be like, yes. That makes more sense. Got it.
Thank you.
Because an advice, I'd take $150 an hour.
I like my whole life. I'm used to listening. Like I'm a good ass listener. Like I'll listen to whatever it is. I can listen for hours. It's fine.
Not saying that. I'm like not saying that she wants to listen to your guys' shit, but
I would meet people.
You have to pay her.
I would meet people, and they'd like tell me their deepest, most darkest. And they'll be like, I don't know why I just told you that. I'm like, I don't either. Like,
you're just that person that
I like
think I would take too.
But when it comes to me, I was so unused to that. So I'm always so used to keeping to myself because in my family, we weren't allowed to have any of that. So I was always used to keeping to myself.
So having a person that's trying to do the listening,
like did the whole thing. She wants to listen. I'm like, why do you want to listen?
I know. Don't listen to me. You just stop. Shut up. Stop asking those questions.
She does tell me to shut up.
I'm like, I know, we all had a conversation when she said, can we stop? I'm like, no.
Because it makes me uncomfortable because I'm not used to that. But yeah, and then she'll pry deeper. Like, she won't just leave it there. No.
Do you go this way because
she'll go deeper. She's like, and then why, and then this and that. Like, can you stop? Can you just leave it alone?
Can you leave it at that?
Why do you have to keep torturing me?
Oh my goodness. Get to the root of things.
But you need to fix your issues.
It's you
that have issues.
Me, I'm the one. Oh man.
But yeah.
So find someone you can talk to.
I think it's really important to find someone who you can talk to. And I'm not that kind of person either. Like, you know, when you have certain people that you talk to and certain people get offended, oh, why wasn't I told of this? There's certain people that you have certain types of
that you can talk to.
Yeah, I was going to say, be careful who you talk to, though, too. Cause
that too. But I think males, like, because we're talking so much about females and our dramaticness and all that stuff, I think the males, because like you said before, they're so explosive, they need to be the ones to have that person to talk to.
Yeah.
Like, because they, you know, bundle it all up inside of them and they explode on their significant others or whoever. You guys are the ones that need to find a person that you feel comfortable enough to talk to, so you don't.
That's like I'm gonna call you a little bitch.
Nigga, don't act like a bitch.
Yes, that's okay with you feeling the way you do.
Understand.
I'm not saying having a fucking shoulder to cry on, but someone to listen to you and be like, "Damn, man, like, you know, I feel you on that." Maybe give them some advice. You know,
sometimes they just want you to listen.
Yeah, that too. Like, you don't even have to say anything; just listen to them.
If you ever need me to listen, just tell me, I'm gonna tell you something. Just listen. Don't say anything. And I won't say anything. In my head, I probably will, but I won't tell you. You know, I'm just gonna say nothing.
I've done that before, where I just tell them, like, I just need to listen. I just need you to listen, so they'll let me kind of go on, and they'll listen, and I'll be, you know, it's like, I don't want to talk about it. I just wanted to
let it out
because I'm not ready to talk about it. I just needed someone to let it out, and I've done that before to one of my friends, where I just like, I need you to listen, and I'll just talk or whatever, and let me get it out. Because if you start talking, I'm gonna cry, and I want to cry. Because you know what, I will say this: it's very hard for me to cry in front of people. Like, I could be feeling like the worst in the entire world, and for some reason, I can't cry. Like, I got to the point where my eyes get really watery.
Yeah.
But I can't cry.
So I tried to hold it back.
Yeah,
sometimes you gotta let it out.
The faucet.
Yeah.
I can't do that. Very rarely can I. Very rare.
I know, right?
Very rare have somebody, like, outside of my family, because I was such a baby when I was anyway, outside of my family, have they seen me cry? I don't know why. I just can't. Like, I can tell you like the deepest whatever.
But it's still nothing.
I can't cry. Like, I think it has a lot to do with insecurity and feeling vulnerable, because I've always had issues with that. But I don't know why.
Yeah, I wish I could do that.
Me too.
And I kind of want.
I like cry before I talk.
I feel like when you.
I can tell you something.
As uncomfortable as I feel when people talk, I think it's a sign of you know, I trust you.
Yeah.
When you cry to somebody.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's kind of where I want to be at, because I feel like I'm so detached from people that But then you can't. So I was like, you know, something's wrong with you. I can't cry. You need to get it together.
You're supposed to make me cry.
What is this?
Man. Yeah, but overall, I think women have the rep of being most dramatic.
Yes,
however,
we are more vocal about it.
Men need to admit that they can be dramatic too.
Yes, because like
your
you said,
own way, different ways.
Different ways.
You're still dramatic. We're all human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all have the same emotions. We all
it's
have
okay to feel emotions.
Yes.
It's normal.
So to say men are just not dramatic at all is ridiculous.
And if you don't have emotions, if you say I'm not emotional, then you're a fucking psychopath or sociopath.
Seriously.
I don't know.
Seriously.
Yeah, you have emotions. You just don't like to deal with them.
Yeah, so for guys, it's time to admit that you guys are dramatic in certain ways. And we're not just talking about when you get sick. That was like the most basic dramatic example.
Little babies.
They get like babies when they're sick.
We all know that, but that's the most basic dramatic. Like, we're talking about extreme, obviously.
That's over the top. When you get sick.
Yes.
Listen, there are guys who get like extremely dramatic over any little thing.
Oh, that's true.
Like, they get like super dramatic over anything.
There's reasons behind it.
Yes.
They need to find people to talk to.
But I do think guys are not as typically dramatic as women are. Like, they're dramatic in different ways.
Okay, if we had to see who's the, like, I think women do take it a little more than men.
Yeah, because we're taught that it's okay for us to feel, whereas men aren't.
It's normal. Socially acceptable.
Socially acceptable for women and not for men.
And then we do get periods and we have hormones.
Oh, that's totally the worst. I guess either I'm crying for anything or
I'm super angry.
Me too. I get angry and then
I get angry too.
Like
one or the other.
I'll have talks and they'll send me a message and I'm like, I feel like why would you say that? But then I'm like, no, you're on your period because that normally doesn't bug you.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, okay, you need to relax. You're being overly dramatic. So I have to like calm myself down.
Take yourself. Don't be a little bitch.
We're like teeing together. We're crying. That was funny.
LOL. we can admit it.
Yeah, we admit. Right. So the outcome of this video is.
I think girls are more dramatic than guys, but I think it's because it's more acceptable for girls to show their emotions than it is for guys.
Not to say that you guys aren't dramatic.
Yeah, because you guys are. Show it in a different way.
Yes. And obviously there's different levels of being dramatic. The basic, when you're sick or whatever, but it goes deeper than that.
Yeah, I just feel like dramatic is when people, they don't know how to handle their emotions.
Yes.
So they lash out or they do something.
Yes. So definitely make sure you find someone you can talk to, that you feel safe with, and that it's okay to be vulnerable with, because that's another thing, because there's always an underlying reason for why we're being dramatic. So, and that even goes for us, so it doesn't really matter your gender, sex, whatever you identify as. Just make sure that you talk to someone.
Yes.
Yeah. It's always,
let it out.
It's always, this one thing I can say is just find someone you trust. That would help a lot instead of just trying to deal with it yourself. Because that you need somebody. We're humans. We need someone.
Yes. So find that
social
someone.
features.
Yes. Find that someone that is either just able to just listen to you, like you said, just listen to me, don't say anything, or someone that can give some really good advice back to you and be like, well, maybe this and that.
Yeah.
So. Yes.
Alright, well, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys later.
Don't forget to listen to us on Buzzsprout too, because now you get to listen to us. Yeah.
Don't leave yet.
We'll be on iTunes and everywhere else as soon as we get our logo work, which we're waiting on our guy to get it into us. So,
so that's what our what's been in the works is our logo.
Yeah, amongst other stuff. So.
We're still in the works, guys. It's still the beginning. We're still working on a lot of shit. So stay with us. You'll see our logo soon. And
yes.
Thank you for watching and hearing, I guess. Listening. If you're listening to us.
Tuning in.
Yes.
Hearing our